Advice of substitute goalkeeper Pepe Reina then proved crucial in overcoming Paraguay.
Pepe is obsessed with analysing how the opposition take penalties.
With Oscar Cardozo, I knew how he took penalties as I'd faced a few of them. In tight, tense matches, he would always choose his safe side, and that safe side was always to the left of the goalkeeper.
With Pepe's help, I knew he would go that way.
Only a minute later, Spain were awarded a penalty of their own. Due to encroachment, the referee ordered for the kick to be retaken. The result was inevitable.
With the second penalty, you have more doubts. Should I go down the middle again, or should I go a different way?
But the drama didn't affect the Spanish mentality. Their gifted midfield carved out another opportunity for David Villa's fifth goal of the competition.
We'd overcome what had been a barrier for our national team for years, getting past the quarter-finals. I think when we broke that barrier, we broke old ways of thinking, that we were inferior to other nations. We'd finally reached the semi-finals.
Once again, their opponents were Germany.
At half-time, Puyol told me that we had taken 3 or 4 corners already, and he said, if you put the ball near the penalty spot, I'll come running in, and we can cause a problem. And when I struck the ball, I just felt it was going where I wanted it to go. And when I saw Puyol head it, I just thought, goal. Goal.
Magic, energy, the strength of Puyol, and the rest of the team gave us the victory.
Germany and their manager Joachim Löw had been humbled.
After the match, he came to me and told me, congratulations, you're the best team in the world. Not just the best team in the world, but the best team I've ever seen.
Spain had reached their first ever World Cup final.
I've never been so nervous as I was that day. I didn't even have a siesta. Can you imagine? I was not relaxed.
You could see it from a distance. You could see the World Cup.
Historically, the total football of the Netherlands had inspired Spain. But this time around, the Dutch adopted a more physical approach.
I don't know how this is going to sound, but as the player who suffered the most fouls in the tournament, I was expecting that.
We made a substitution. Jesus Navas, I think. We wanted to give him depth and space through the right wing, because they had Van Bronckhorst playing there. He'd had a great game, but he seemed tired. He was going to retire after that game, so we thought, we should take advantage of that at that stage of the game.
Still goalless in the second half of extra time, the Netherlands were reduced to 10 men when John Heitinga was sent off. Spanish belief grew.
I think the players were more convinced than me that we were going to win. Some of them said, no, we must win it.
Navas ran 30 metres.
I dribbled all the way through the midfield, and then suddenly there was an opening.
And as it comes back to me, I backheel it to Cesc.
I pass it to Jesus.
And then I see Torres by the touchline, and I give it to him.
I see Andres getting in behind their winger. The pass isn't strong enough, and their player clears the ball.
The ball comes to me and I see Andres. I'm not saying it was easy, but it was a good position for me to make the diagonal pass.
Everything stops, and we're alone, just me and the ball. It's like when you see an image in slow motion. It was like that for me. It's difficult listening to silence, but in that moment, I listened to silence, and I knew the ball was going into the net. He scored the goal of all goals. At that moment, you're just speechless.
Spain had reached the pinnacle.
I looked to the sky and threw myself on the ground.
As a child, I saw Matthias, Dunga, Deschamps, Cafu and Cannavaro lifting the trophy. And so then, for Mr. Blatter to bring me the cup, and for me to raise it, was an incredible feeling.
As a child, it was my dream to play in a competition like that, where there are the best teams in the world, the best players in the world. That trophy, which you have seen so many times on TV, being lifted by great players, and now we could do the same.
They had conceded fewer goals than any previous winner. Their possession of the football had proved unbeatable. Spain had finally won the World Cup. Del Bosque was looking to become only the second manager after German Helmut Schön to win a World Cup and European Championship. And the absence of David Villa enforced
a typical striker. He moved a lot, he dropped to link with our midfield, and also he had the chance to control the space where the opposition would start their attacks.
A 4-0 victory over Ireland and a 1-0 win over Croatia saw Spain top their group and face France in the quarter-final, their first competitive meeting since the World Cup in 2006. And this time, Spain had the measure.
We knew how to control them, and at the same time, even when we were 1-0 up, we brought on more forwards. Torres, Pedro. We played them both to try to stop the opposition from threatening our goal.
We have a great atmosphere in the dressing room. We are very united, compete very well.
Another clean sheet and a date with Portugal in the semi, saved by Iker Casillas. And Spain were 3-2 ahead when Bruno Alves hit the bar. One more successful penalty and Spain would be finalists once again.
I was grateful to have players who wanted to take that responsibility. And it was easy. Cesc wanted to take the last because he remembered the game against Italy in Vienna in 2008. So he had a great reason to argue his case.
In the final in Kiev, Spain simply overwhelmed Italy.
It was just like I imagined when watching other national teams become champions on TV. And you saw their players celebrating and carrying their country's flags, surrounded by other people. And one day you dreamt of being the one in that situation. And there we were.
I cried tears of happiness after fulfilling my childhood dream. Having listened to so much nonsense, to people saying that we'd never...
Came through hard work and sacrifice.
It's a feeling of doing something good for football. Not just that we'd won and made people happy, no. It was the feeling that we defined an era.